You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. How you doing, Dan?
Hey, lived through the weekend.
Yeah.
That's good.
Lived through the weekend.
It is quite a feat lately, isn't it?
Yeah, there's been a little game changer. I'm not going to get into it because everybody else is. What's important is that Flavor Flav is 61 years old today.
Oh,
my
wow.
goodness.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and let's see. How would I say it? He's kind of one of my homies.
Is he really? Mm-hmm. Nice.
Before I took up with Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Anyway, Flavor Flav, or as his mom calls him, William Jonathan Drayton Jr.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot
His
of
real name. You know, Chuck D just fired him from Public Enemy,
I saw that.
which they co-founded back in 1985.
Yeah, I read it was all political reasons.
Yeah, so there's shenanigans and hubbubbery going on, but I got to tell you what, nobody in the history of ever has ever been able to say, yeah, ya boy, like Flavor
That's
Flav.
true.
That's very true. And I've never seen anybody else be able to pull off the whole wearing a clock
Wear a
around
clock
your neck.
around his neck.
And make it make sense.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
Although
true.
I did see a guy in Sioux City wearing a ceiling fan blade.
You told me about that.
Block to see. Did I just see what I think I saw? Dude walking down Jackson Avenue
Trying
or
to make it
Jackson
a
Street.
thing.
Yeah,
It didn't quite
ceiling
catch on
fan
the
blade
way
hanging
he
off
hoped.
like a necklace. I'm like,
Well,
I
maybe
don't
it's a
know.
good thing. It'll give Flavor more time to spend with his 7 kids. He's got 3 sons, 4 daughters from various wives and partners over the years, including Bridget Nielsen.
Yeah.
But you got to ask yourself, who hasn't dated Bridget Nielsen?
Well, I haven't.
I
Did
mean,
they have a kid together?
for a free bowl of soup, she'll come over right now.
They didn't have any kids together, though, right?
I didn't dig that deep because
I'm pretty
I
sure.
don't think they did.
I'm pretty sure the
I think so. I don't know. Crazy.
So hey, Flav man, if you tuned in this morning, give us a call. Love to say, hey, it's been a while.
All right. Yeah, we're quarantined with our dogs that are in the studio making all kinds of noise. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Not all credit cards are created equally. Some cards have higher rates, some have annual fees, some are just not very good. Often people will sign up for these because that's all they qualify for. But if you've done that, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation can change. Then you could qualify for a better credit card, one that offers you a better rate, or one that offers miles, points, cash back, or whatever is the best fit for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks, run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan. Good morning.
Well, lots been going on since old Ranger Dan was sitting in the saddle here and
Yeah, it's been a weekend.
miking up with you 2 little Ranger rascals, you. Looks like school will be shutting down. Looks like businesses are shutting down. Looks like sports are shutting down.
Yeah.
And,
Did you still have your event? Because the Sportsman Show ended up closing over the weekend. So
oh, yeah, I sure did over at the Midco Aquatic Center there.
Still had
midnight
your
to
deal?
6 on Saturday night. Oh, yeah, I had a good
Nice.
1,200 people in there. I made
Holy cow.
made myself a fortune. Are you kidding me?
That's awesome.
Which, by the way, the Sportsman Show did not go on, and I just want to announce this real quickly. Me and my associates will be behind the East Side Aldi store starting at noon today. I've got about 400 pounds of used trout. Compliments this morning. I like to thank the Sportsman Show for looking the other way while we bag those bad boys off. So.
Gotta get some use.
It's $2.95 a pound. Bring your own baggies. We're going to be doing. Everybody seems to be worrying and pacing the floor and staying away from other people and this and that and the other thing. Well, me being a ranger, I've spent a good deal of my adult life just kind of traipsing through the woods and over the valleys and over the hills and this and that and the other thing with really no other human contact. And that could be the way to go. Nature is still open, children. I say nature because it's nature and it's neat. And I put them together and say nature. Say it with me.
Nature.
So here's what you do. You just put a few supplies together and you just march out into the woods and maybe find yourself, maybe a cave, maybe build yourself a little lean-to or even a well-appointed shack. It worked out beautifully for a number of years for a man named Ted Kaczynski. And tell that whole pipe bomb thing. If you don't know who Ted is, Google him and get back to me. Time for a little critter knowledge here, kid. Did you know that there are well over 1,000 different species of bats?
Oh, wow.
I did not know that.
Yeah, don't eat any of them. That's it for Ranger Dan this morning. Till I see you again, little Radio Rangers. You know the drill. Stay in school, but who knows? Go to church or watch it online. Who knows? Say your prayers, eat your vegetables, make sure they're washed really well. On the upside, there is no soccer, so hey, the glass is half full. Don't be wearing Crocs. Is Ranger Dan out? Yes, sir.
Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Drinking too much can ruin your life. Alcohol and drug issues can cause problems at work, at home, and pretty much everywhere. If substance abuse has taken over your life and you want to quit, there is help. TimeForRehab.com could be the first step in the right direction for you. TimeForRehab.com would love to help you find a new life beyond addiction. Your insurance company may even cover the cost to help make this happen. You can learn more now at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Time now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Aqua One. I want to just say thank you, by the way, to the guys from Aqua One. We thought we were having some issues with our water softener.
Oh, that's right.
So they come over.
I don't mean to laugh. Yes, I do.
They come over like, hey, you guys put some water softener salt in. And it was like Heidi was going, hey, our shower is like hard water. And we look in there and it's still full, completely full of salt.
Made a huge difference, by the way, when we actually plugged it into a working outlet.
We call it,
That's what I'm laughing about.
You just gave away the best.
I'm
sorry, call the Aqua dude. He comes over. He's like, yeah, it's not plugged in. It was plugged in. It was just into an outlet that was not working. So it's working now. Huge difference.
Details. But the cool thing is, Aquadude was here like, bang, man.
He
Boom.
was here right away.
Got a problem? And away you go.
It really does. I mean, night and day difference in our water.
I just got to tell you.
Insane.
I do think about you now when I'm in the shower.
I always think about him when I'm in the shower. And I told him that.
It's in his ad, for those of you that don't know.
Aqua One. Water by Halversons.
Good folks.
Yes.
Yeah, give them a call. Everything water.
You need it.
Yeah,
Trust me.
I've had their stuff in my house for, almost since I moved in. So a long time. It's fantastic.
Amazing.
You should have left room for water cooler talk. It's going to do it for, no, just kidding.
That's pretty
what
much
do you
it.
have there, Dan?
This is going to be kind of short, sweet, and to the meat. I'm going to give a little bit away behind the curtain here on the little bonus hour. You guys were nice enough to let me pre-record this stuff last week. I had some surgery Thursday morning, actually. Yeah. And I've been pretty much quarantined.
Yeah.
So
he was doing it before. It was cool.
There you go. And I did have surgery, so thoughts and prayers my way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've set up a GoFundMe page.
Save Farris. That's what it's called.
Yeah, Save Farris. And but here's the thing, and so I'm watching some TV news, and I'm watching. There's no sports. I actually watched highlights from the 1982 Baseball World Series because that's just kind of what I do. I'm going, gee, I wonder who's going to win. Cardinals, maybe? Son of a gun.
Place a bet on it.
But I'm watching almost everything crawling around on Facebook. It's like toilet paper related, and I'm like, what's really happening here? And it was not until. Actually, yesterday, I got out of the house and went to one of the Hy-Vees in town and went, what? I mean, it looked like a bomb went off in what used to be the toilet paper aisle.
Yeah.
There wasn't a sheet to be had. I'm like, and I was seriously stunned.
Yeah.
I thought that it was being really overhyped, but nope, it's a real thing. So there you go. And I did a little searching because my first train of thought was, who does this? What kind of a person does this? Here's the answer. Dr. J. Zagorski, Polish, yes.
Nice.
Out of Boston University. Says it's pretty simple. It's referred to as the zero risk bias. And it's when people prefer to try to eliminate one type of possibly superficial risk entirely rather than to do something that would reduce their total risk by a greater amount, if that makes sense. He's basically saying the toilet paper thing is people who really firmly need to feel like they've gained control of something in what they construe as an overall crisis.
Yeah. So like, at least I'm going to have toilet paper.
But what's ironic about it is this virus is upper respiratory.
It has nothing to do with
has
anything
very
down on that bottom.
little to do with your plumbing whatsoever, so it's even weirder.
Yeah.
But he's saying this somehow soothes and calms these types of people down. So
Heidi did the same thing. She hoarded wine and beer.
But that's a year round for Heidi, John. That's some crisis thing.
It's like, whoa, what's going on?
It's just like me. I draw the shades, hit the lights, hit my boxer shorts, clean my guns, and work on my manifesto. But it has nothing to do with the pandemic. That's just me being me, man.
Well, Dan, thank you for that report.
Well, I'm glad I could be helpful.
Absolutely. Coming up, we've got the Maverick Recruiting Top Gun of the Week. That's on the way.
If you grew up in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, you should consider joining us for this amazing vacation.
My wife and I have been to this event the last 3 years, and we've had a blast.
Join us at the Sands.
Hear amazing music from Billy Idol,
Cheap Trick,
Belinda Carlisle,
Little River Band,
The Hooters,
Tesla,
Howard Jones,
and many more.
Plus, meet awesome stars from movies and TV.
It's the best week ever.
Learn more right now at thesands.rocks.
That's thesands.rocks.
Time now for the Maverick Recruiting Top Gun of the Week.
We've got a good one this week.
This is cool. Very cool.
A really good one.
This microphone over to Heidi right now, and she's gonna give us the scoop. It's kind of like an employee of the week, but it's the Top Gun of the Week. Who do we have?
My 90-year-old grandmother was in town over the weekend, and I was looking for some fun things to take her to, and I found this event on Facebook called Harmony. It's a group called Harmony.
Yeah, Harmony, South Dakota.
Yes. And so we went to this show so that I could take her to go and do something that
music from the movies.
Right, and it was a program, all music from the movies. It was young children, ages, I think it was 6 through 18.
It's over at St. Joe's Cathedral Gymnasium, right?
Yeah, okay. It was.
So the thing we'll admit is we did not know before going to the show.
I just knew it was a symphony thing, and I thought my grandmother would enjoy it.
We were probably the only ones there that didn't have kids performing.
And I thought it was really sad that there were not more just of the general public there. I don't think there's enough people that know this even exists. It's a free program for children after school who want to learn an instrument. And I tell you what, they were
amazing. They gave me goosebumps.
Absolutely.
It was so good.
Absolutely. I got teary-eyed several times. And
I recorded some video.
Kept trying to gain control of myself because I didn't want to start bawling.
You're just a big baby.
I am.
Yeah, I posted on the Sunny Radio page on Saturday, so I don't know if you find it on there, but there was some video.
It was phenomenal. And the directors, they spend a lot of time doing this, and they give so much of themselves to these kids, and you can really see it in the way these kids respond to them.
Everybody involved, you could tell they just love what they're doing.
And it's Dan and Heidi Goller, so that's who I'm giving it to the Harmony, South Dakota this week. Yeah.
Dan and Heidi Goller.
Top Guns of the Week.
Yeah.
Harmony, South Dakota. That is pretty cool.
Beautiful. And we will be updating you next time they have something, because I think everybody should experience them.
And they do this like quarterly.
And it's a totally free concert to go to, and obviously they would really appreciate any free will donations that you can offer when they put on a show. And you can even donate now. If you want to sponsor a child, you can go and donate to them at harmonysouth-dakota.org, and you can donate to sponsor a child, or even just make a one-time donation or whatever. They would greatly appreciate it, because it is a wonderful program in this community, and it needs to be supported. So
absolutely,
I loved it.
Speaking of support, want to say thank you to the folks at Maverick Recruiting for supporting us with our Maverick Recruiting Top Gun of the Week. If you happen to be a business looking for awesome people, that's exactly what they do at MaverickRecruiting.com. They bring awesome people to companies like you. Now, here's the good news. If you're a person, like an awesome person, looking for a great job, you can reach out as well, and it's free for you. All you do is go to MaverickRecruiting.com and let them know that you're looking for a great gig, and they'll do their best to find you something awesome. So all of the details for both sides can be found at MaverickRecruiting.com.
Not all credit cards are created equally. Some cards have higher rates, some have annual fees, some are just not very good. Often people will sign up for these because that's all they qualify for. But if you've done that, it may be time to get a better credit card. card. Over time, your situation can change. Then you could qualify for a better credit card, one that offers you a better rate, or one that offers miles, points, cash back, or whatever is the best fit for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Let's do it, baby. Celebrities. Fabulous. So Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson are holed up in Australia because because they came up positive on that coronavirus thing.
Yeah.
You know Tom Hanks will star in a movie about Tom Hanks having that, right?
Probably.
What do you think he would?
It writes itself.
He's got a brother that looks a lot like him. I think his brother should play him in that movie.
That's never going to happen.
He sounds like him, too.
But what's going on at the box office? Because everything is shutting down. Well, ticket receipts over the weekend are the lowest they've been in over 20 years.
Ooh.
As I've heard things like, there's no mandate where a business has to close. There's certainly no mandate where movie theaters have to close. It's this is still America, man.
Right.
That's where it's at. But they're saying, okay, if you go to the movie, they got to keep attendance down depending on the number of seats in theaters and try to sit. What do they say? They're 6 feet away from strangers. Seriously. So like you and Heidi can go to a movie, but sit at least 6 feet or 6 chairs away from people you don't know.
I try to do that every time I go there.
Yeah, who doesn't?
I really do.
I know. I mean, yeah.
But there are some people, have you ever done it where you've been at a theater and somebody else will come and sit next
empty
to you?
and they come and sit right next to you.
They're like one seat away. Like, dude, you see this rest of the theater that's empty?
That has never happened.
Oh, that's happened.
Oh, that's happened.
But I've got like a force field around me.
And then we were in a restaurant one time. Like the entire place was closed except for like our table, and then they set the other people right next to us. I'm like, why wouldn't you put them at least 2 tables away?
In fact, only one movie even clocked into double digits over the weekend. The Disney Pixar's brand new release, Onward, actually made a little over $10 million. I think on a regular weekend, that would have been closer to probably 25, 30.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. So, people are staying away in droves. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. So,
do you have the numbers there for I Still Believe? Did they do okay? It's the faith-based film.
I don't have that was the only one they listed because of the impact that's supposed to be the big number one runaway, and the fact that it's only been in release a couple of weeks and it barely squeaked past 10 mil over the weekend
crazy.
is so the rest are being pretty well brutalized.
Well, we'll probably get updates throughout the week on that. Dan, thank you for coming in, sir.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me, man. It's an honor to hang out with you guys. Appreciate it.
By the way, before you leave, we got to come up with our quarantine plan just in case. Thinking,
okay, here's my deal.
I'll do our show from inside a hefty bag.
I have lived enough life for probably 20 people. I've been beat up. I've been hung up wet to drive up more times than not, man. Just bring it. I'm not afraid of anything.
I'm not afraid.
I'm not.
Oh, you heard it here.
Shake.
We will be.
You must be crazy.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.